what we're going to do is we're going to install this. Now there's different control arms. This happens to be in the 60s. And the design of this control arm has got a square edge on the inside. Here on the outside of the arm, you can see how the material has been rolled over. So there's a radius here that the bushing can align on. But on the inside, there's a square edge. Now a lot of the newer lower control arms also have a radius like on the top here, and so the bushing self-aligns real easy. But these older ones, it doesn't. So you can imagine when you're pressing something like this in, you want to make sure that that's aligned perfect on that square edge. And that's where a lot of people get into trouble. So the solution to this is what you're going to do is you're going to take your die grinder, okay, and we're going to put a slight radius on the inside edge of the control arm. We've got the inside radius. The bushing here is going to come through like this. And what we need to do is we need to have a radius on the inside so this lines up perfectly. So what I want you to do, make sure you have some safety glasses on, and you're going to go to the inside here. You're going to put a slight radius all the way around. Okay, you should be able to see the slight little radius that I put in on the leading edge. Okay, that there will actually help us align this bushing when we press this in. It'll help index it so that the square edge is not caught and damage this side of the control arm. You're going to do that on both sides. Want to center everything up. You're going to press the bushing in so that it just goes flush against the arm. Okay, that's it. See, nice and straight, no problems. Press tool's intact, keeps the ears separated. So now we're going to pry this off. We'll use our screwdriver to take it off, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Grease fitting, we're going to be angling it back this direction. We're going to line that up. Double checking to make sure everything is straight. Just bring it down until the lip contacts. And there you go. Bushings installed. And we'll take our... We'll need a 1/4" drive and a socket. This happens to be a 5/16 socket. And you'll need that for putting in the grease fittings. Now for the Del-A-Lum bushing, we recommend a synthetic grease. And we want a water-resistant grease. What we use here is Neo Z12. It's a synthetic grease. It goes into the pores of the product and stays. Water doesn't wash it out. And you can use Neo grease in your ball joints, obviously our bushings, U-joints. You can even use it as a wheel bearing grease because it's a high temp. Very good stuff. However, any synthetic grease will work as long as it's water resistant. Normal chassis lube is not water resistant. So I would advise not using that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that we put a lot of this grease inside this bushing. So I always install quite a bit. I put it on the insert, inside and out, slide it in, go ahead and push the pin in, and then we have thrust washers here. And I'll put grease on the thrust washers during assembly, and they snap right on the center pin. You're going to do that inside and out. Okay, so we've got the arm completely assembled, and I'm just wiping this down a little bit to make sure we get all the grease off them. And if you'll notice, one of the real important is look at where the Zerk fittings are positioned. They're positioned this direction, and so that when this is in the frame, you're going to be able to get to the grease fittings without having to raise the car.